Asato ma sadgamaya tamasho ma jyotirgamaya mrityurma amritangamaya avir maidhi rudro yatti dakshinamukam te namam pahi nityam. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness and ignorance to the light and enlightenment. Lead us from death to immortality. And evermore, reveal in my heart thy resplendent face with thy sweet and resplendent face. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto us all. So today, this topic today is devotion, where it can take us. Devotion means, as we all know, what is devotion? Devotion is love for God. That is called devotion. But love for devotion is a term which is normally understood as a dualistic approach only. You and me, God and the loved and the lover. Always there is duality. And we start with that duality, but it takes us to a higher flight. A flight where a Vedanta student thinking of I am Atman, I am Brahman will reach. This devotion also leads to the same conclusion. The practice through which a yogi thinks, I am Jivatman, I am one with the Paramatman, where he understands his integrity with the oneness becoming in the nirvikalpa state of samadhi. It is the same destination where our bhakti or devotion can take us. So this is very important topic. And it also harmonizes our attitude towards truth. What is the truth? How it can be achieved? Not by one path. This is a special gift of Sri Ramakrishna in this age, who harmonized these concepts, and not only the concepts, by their experience gave that validity that all paths leading to the same destination. Now regarding the devotion means normally devotion is categorized in levels, as we have said. Just heard that it is ritual, then it is ceremonial or ritual, that is the dualism. Philosophy is behind, and a person stands as an ideal. So one leads to the other, and to the other, and to the other. Please come forward, here are many seats. Don't look here. Come here. Yeah. You don't understand here. Anyhow, so the devotion actually is always. And there's so many chairs, don't you see? Why? There's so many chairs blank. Take one of them. Oh, see.
Thank you, Swami.
Oh, thank you. Okay. But we start with the dualism as ceremonial. But the bhakti ends into not ceremony, but to the principle of oneness. You know, love always means what? Love unites, no? The definition of love is what? Love is union. And love, when love comes, you don't see any difference with the person you loved. And you will remain in the blissful state of oneness. So that is the definition of even mortal love, human love. And spiritual love is the more intense to that. So if we just want to understand what is called the devotion, we have to go to the definition given by an ancient traditional teacher, Narada. In his Narada Bhakti Sutra, he said that bhakti or devotion is that intense love for the Supreme. Intense love. Parama prema. Ordinary love and intense love. So that love which is very intense and to that supreme truth, and it is of the nature of amrita. It is of the nature of nectar. It is nectar-like. It is bliss, full of bliss, and joy and joy and joy. It is unending. And it says that attaining that, a person becomes like sometimes become mad, in ecstasy, dances in ecstasy, sings in ecstasy. Sometimes become like a dumb person, no, just a dead person, like Ramakrishna used to go, that when the doctors couldn't find the heartbeat, and he's just like a dead body, but flushing with joy, emitting outside. So this is the stabdho bhavati. They become immortal, totally full, established in the permanent bliss, which never leaves them. We know what is joy, what is peace. But that joy, in a week, it may come for a few seconds, and then leave. But this joy never goes away. Once it comes, it remains forever in every moment of life until death, or after death also. So that is the definition of this bhakti, and that makes you feel like tripto bhavati. You become totally satisfied. There is nothing in the world that can give you perfect satisfaction. You can get that satisfaction till there will be something else. I'd be little more is always good. I got 1 million, but little more, 2 million is not bad. And even 1 billion, 2 billion is better. 2 to 20 is better. 20 to 30 is better. So there is endless this pool. But when you attain this bliss, then you don't have anything to crave for, because there is nothing. It is the saturation point. And then it crystallizes into love only. So, you don't crave for anything. That's why it says, Jat prapyo na kinchid vanchati. Desire. No more craving for anything, because that is the fulfillment of life. There is no shochati. Even when you attain something, anything in life, there is a chance of your feeling lost. It will leave you, it will depart. Are you going to lose that? And then you feel the bereavement. You become jealous. Oh, even the billionaires, they have their jealousy, Who will be the best among them? Someone may be 20, someone may have $30 billion. So there is even so much achievement, there is a jealousy. In human life, we always be jealous for something more and more. And if someone have that, then I am jealous to that person. But attaining to this love, whom to be jealous of? Because there is no two. If ultimately everything merges into one, who will be jealous for whom? That is the state of non-dual attainment. That na utsahi bhavati. There is no excitement. We become excited when? Oh, this is a good thing, I will do it. Why will you do? Because you think that you will be more fulfilled. But there is no such chance of being excited about anything. And as I said, you become yajgatva mattu bhavati. You become intoxicated. Intoxicated in such a degree that you forget the whole world. Like Girish Ghosh. Most of you know the name of Girish in the life of Ramakrishna. He was a super drunk person. He used to keep always in high dose. But when he came to Ramakrishna, he saw a man intoxicated to the degree he was surprised. And he put that question to Ramakrishna, what is this intoxication? I have taken so much before coming to you. But still I am not so much absorbed into it. But what wine has given you this such an intoxication? And what he said? It is not ordinary drink I drink. It is the nectar of Mother, divine. And that make me this, no? That was the song he sang. So this is the mattata, this intoxicated mood that God, like it is given the example, when the bees sit for sucking the honey or the flower, before that it makes a fluttering of the wings, and when it sits, even the wings are fluttering, little noise is there, but when it actually starts sucking the honey, you see, perfect stillness. So that is so absorbed that there is nothing outside, nothing inside. It is only absorption into that, sucking the honey of that bliss. So that is been described as Narada described that these are the signs of your supreme devotion. And it says at that point you become Atma Ramo Bhavati. You don't find anything outside anymore. In your own self, in your own reality, you find that you are totally absorbed and you are enjoying the bliss in yourself. So this is the definition. What has been given, it is called the Atma Ramo Bhavati. It is the language of Vedanta. Atma Ramo means you become one in your own Atman self, and you only dwell and enjoy the bliss of your own self. See, here the definition of duality is vanishing into. All duality drops there. Because where is duality when love comes and unites together? So this is the supreme love. Then how is that? Is there any expression? Can I see? Then Narada says, no, it cannot be expressed. It is like muko aswadanavat, meaning a dumb person, and you give him a good, very top quality food and feed him and say, hey, how do you feel? What he will say? He cannot speak. But his expression gives you the touch that he felt tremendous happiness or joy out of it. So a person of realization of the supreme devotion, what will we see? He cannot say anything. Because whatever you say, that is limited. Whenever you express anything, that becomes within time, space and causation. But that joy cannot be expressed. It is like the mooka, dumb person, trying to express the joy, what he has felt, but cannot. That's called beyond speech mind, what Vedanta teaches. And when one gets that, what happens to him or her? Tat prapyo tadevo avalokayati. When he gets into that intoxication, he is attaining to that joy, he sees the joy everywhere. See, Vedanta teaches the same thing. It is a madhu, madhu, madhu. Madhu vata, in the wind is the madhu, honey. Wind, in the earth, honey. In the sky, honey. In the trees, in the plants, in human faces. Everywhere is honey, 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 honey. That is the Upanishadic sages have expressed, which cannot be expressed, but expressed for us. Otherwise, how do you know? So, they are attaining to that Tadivo avalokayati, they look at the whole world. Their vision gets totally transformed. It's a different world. It's a different experience altogether. And tadivo srinati, in every sound, in the chirping of the bird, they hear the sound of his beloved Lord. When he comes down, you are to hear means you come down from that level, a little down, then you see the voice of your beloved everywhere. In every note, every music you find, it is your beloved talking. Tad eva srinoti, tad eva bhashayati. And when he comes down from that experience, then what he does or she does, tad eva bhasayati, always talking about that. As you read the Gospel of Ramakrishna. See, day and night, what he is talking about. Tat eva bhasayati is talking about God and God and God, his beloved, all the time. We get tired, no? We need some relaxation from that. Occasional freedom is necessary, otherwise it's too much. But he never tirelessly, day and night, only God, only God, only God. So that tadiva bhasati and becomes tanmaya. Tat, that, get diluted into that. Giving the example, a drop of rainwater coming and looking towards the ocean, coming closer and closer and closer. You know, as much closer it comes, its attraction becomes deeper, is it not? Force becomes deeper. Suppose you fly from the plane 40,000 feet. You will flow slowly, slowly. Then you come down, your speed becomes bigger because gravitational attraction is pulling down more, strong, strong. So when you come near the ocean, you are sucked into that. Then you ask the drop, hey, where are you now? What is your identity? Oh, what is your new name? This new name, who will say whose name? It is that and that and that, the ocean and ocean and ocean. So these are the beautiful expressions given about this bhakti, supreme love. This is the goal where we can go by practicing bhakti. You can get it, I can get it, every one of us can get it. Because devotion is a very natural instinct in us. We want to love, we want to be loved. Someone who should love me, that's my expectation. And I want to love someone. That's the human nature. If it is given a turn towards that divine, then it becomes divine love. So, Sri Chaitanya, he was born in this month. That's why I selected this topic. That Sri Chaitanya was an incarnation of devotion and love. You go to Hare Krishna, there it follows the Sri Chaitanya's principles and his life. And inspiration is Sri Chaitanya. So when Sri Ramakrishna was he was another Sri Chaitanya in the modern age. God incarnated as love, and love for God and love for humanity. The two ways it works. One love for God, one love for humanity. So when Sri Chaitanya was alive, he was in ecstasy day and night. Day and night he will be singing and dancing in the name of the Lord. That's why that tradition of singing and dancing is still, as a practice, is done. But he was singing and dancing not because to sing and dance. For us, singing and dancing is a means to get the spirit of love. But he was intoxicated in love. As a result, he started singing and dancing. So when that was going on, sometimes he will be in samadhi, like Ramakrishna. Sometimes he will be in the hap state, little intoxicated internally and little aware of what is outside. And then another level where he is like us. He can talk, see, eat, move. That is the three stages. So Sri Ramakrishna talked about that Sri Chaitanya, and he said that Sri Chaitanya used to have three states. One, when in the external mood, he will be living in the gross external. People meeting, talking, giving advice, spiritual instructions and helping others by touch, by look, giving them the spiritual boosting. And then there is another, half intoxicated. It's a little bit mind is here and little is there. It's just in between the journey before merging. So that time he used to leave, that his mind is almost going to merge into causal body. And then goes to another state, which is called internal state, the highest state where mind will merge into the great cause. What is the great cause? Cause of cause. This world has come from God. And what is the cause behind? Eternal cause, that is, which is unchangeable bliss and consciousness. And Sri Ramakrishna says there is a perfect match with the Vedanta's philosophy of analyzing the 5 sheaths. This body is the Annamaya, Pranamaya, and in a subtle body it is mind, and in the intellect body, and causal body is the body of blissfulness, which is deep sleep state. And the cause of the cause is that state which is beyond the 3 states. And this is called Nirvikalpa Samadhi, Ramakrishna says. This is called Jara, or a Samadhi of inert. Inert means no movement. Almost body does not move in that state. This is called Jara Samadhi. And Sri Chaitanya used to live in that consciousness. Now, this is the state Sri Ramakrishna used to live. If you read the Gospel, you will find that his whole day, he is either in the level of the deep intoxication, where everything is gone, coming little down. He said, I used to come down, so much down, about 10 cubits. What is that cubit? We don't understand. But question is that flight, mind is in such high flight, merged into the cosmic reality, coming down, 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 down. Then if he comes 10 cubit, then he can say, I will drink water. To express such word, he has to come down from that union so far. And that's why that is the state of Nirvikalpa state, or the Samadhi state. Perfectly, that is the goal of our devotion. And Sannyasi Shankara talked about that realization, and Sri Chaitanya realized that, Sri Ramakrishna realized that, and that is the goal we want to reach through our devotional practice. But it is too far. Only we have our love, ordinary day-to-day love, and we go for evening, little time to the shrine, morning little time to shrine, and do little practice or rituals or wave incense and this, and meditate and pray. That will not do. There are stages of development. So how that stages of development, what can be followed, that I will try to come to those points. It has been, the story is that Sri Chaitanya is an incarnation of devotion and knowledge. He was a great scholar of his time, and he understood the falsity of this mere academic knowledge or intellectual perception. This does not soothe the heart. So, he totally got to change the whole world in the sweetness of love and this practice of devotion. He gave this total new direction to practice this devotional mood. And he taught these devotional practices and the steps to follow one by one to his principal disciple, Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, the 2 major disciples of Sri Chaitanya. And that philosophy, what he experienced himself, and he learned from another teacher. His name was Rai Ramananda. Rai Ramananda was a we can say, a ruler of a segment of India, and this Sri Krishna, Chaitanya, that means Chaitanya Dev, understood that there is a great person adept in this spiritual wisdom and who have practiced it, so I can go. And he went on the bank of the Godavari river, and there he met this Rai Ramananda. And that's when he met Rai Ramananda, there's a very beautiful descriptions, but I will not go to that much description. But when he reached there, he found that this beautiful serene environment, and Sri Chaitanya went and took a deep into the Godavari river, holy river, and took a seat in the isolated corner. And he found that after some time, that this Rai Ramananda is coming to take a dip into the Godavari river also. But see, in India, these are all rulers. But the spiritual background, when he is coming, a group of chanters, Vedic chanters, is in the front line, and then he is carried by palanquin in those days, modern car. Today's car is car. In the early days, palanquin was for the rich people to go. And is protected by the bodyguards and other things. Oh, so Sri Chaitanya understood, probably he may be Rai Ramananda. But anyhow, the Rai Ramananda came and took a dip, and after taking a dip into the river, he chanted his all ritualistic practices he did. And then he saw at a distance this serene looking Sri Chaitanya sitting, as if a person saturated with love and blessings is sitting there with face full of beaming joy at a distance. And he went and saluted. Rai Ramananda saluted Sri Chaitanya, approaching him. And he said, "Are you Rai Ramananda?" Then he said, "Yes." "Oh, what a great fortune! I came here to learn from you the steps to progress in spiritual life in the devotional path. You are the adept." I got this information from another friend of yours who is in Puri, Jagannath, and he is a scholar, court scholar of the king of Prataprudra. So he has recommended me. So what a great fortune. I have seen you today. Please guide me. Please help me to so that I know the steps to attain to this highest goal of bhakti. And what is the goal of bhakti? Please teach me. So then this king, or he is not the king, he is the ruler under the king. So he said, "What are you asking? I am an ordinary man. I do the worldly business of ruling the country. And there are Muslim attacks that time. So to protect that, I am on there with the army, I go there. And you are asking for how can I reach bhakti to me? And you are a monk. I should learn from you. Please don't cheat me this way. Rather you teach me, I will learn." Then again, Sri Chaitanya was so humble. He said, "No, sir, don't deceive me. I have heard that you are great in this, so you will have to teach me all the steps, how this highest goal of devotion can be achieved in this life." Anyhow, after little bit discussion, actually, Rai Ramananda agreed. And then he went for his business that day. And then again after some time, in the evening came to talk with him, and that spiritual discourse started like that. So that's a very beautiful discourse, and I'm quoting occasionally, I'll quote a few lines of what they have talked about. That Bhakti starts at a certain point. And what he said, bhakti, it is when it starts, it is we have to live from where we are now, from our level. And he has given here 12 points. How devotion, you start at one point, it takes you to the another point, and you practice there also. Go like that. 12 points remembering is difficult, no? But anyhow, we'll try. What are the 12 points? So he said that Rai Ramananda, he asked, please tell me what is the goal? What should be the goal of ordinary human being like we are in the world? What will be the goal? What goal of bhakti or devotion? What should be the goal? So, Sri Rai Ramananda said, the first will be that you make a goal, that you will be an honest person. You will be a dutiful person. You will do your duty as you are placed in the life situation. You are a mother, do your mother's duty. You are a daughter, do your daughter's duty. You are a professor, teacher, do the teacher's duty. Do as an engineer, do your own duty. Swadharma. So, Rai Kahe, that means the Rai Ramananda responses to the first question. What will be the first goal of us? It should be Swadharma Acharan. You are to pay attention to what is your dharma. That's the whole spiritual tradition stands on this foundation of your own dharmic values. Are you true to your own duties and responsibilities? Good person. And unless that foundation is there, future steps will be impossible to go. That's why that's the moral background, the moral foundation of any spiritual practice. So first is that, make it target, that I will be an honest person. I will do my duties perfectly as I can, wherever I am. The monk should have monk's duty, wife has wife's duty, husband will have a husband's duty. Perfect society is that society where everyone is dutiful and responsible for their own ideas and thoughts, and as a result, everyone doing their own work. What will be the condition? Suppose in your office everyone works at their duty. In your home, everyone is doing their own duty, very responsible. That will create, he says, Vishnu Bhakti Hai. That will create love for God. Because you are doing your duties, your mind is clear that you are not cheating, you are not doing anything wrong, you are a very responsible person doing this fundamental practice. Your heart will lean towards God because you are an honest person then. So this is the very first, make it target. Then Sri Chaitanya said, Eho Bhajya, this is very outward, very external advice you have given. Anyone can do like that. Tell something higher. Naturally, Sri Chaitanya wants to know the highest, no? Though he have experienced, but he wants to know from authentic source whether that matches. That matches with the experiment of others in the past. That's the scriptures. Ramakrishna did all practices. But when his gurus came, he practiced again. And within 3 days he got success. And when he got the success, he matched with the experience of the past. And that proved that yes, this is true. Second stage then says, then okay, tell me something else. Then what? Then the second point he says, Rai Ramananda says, then he Krishna karma arpan sarvo sadhya hai. Next goal, not only the next goal, one of the biggest steps in devotional movement in spiritual life will be Krishna karma arpan. Whatever karma you do, you are doing your own sadharma, your own righteous responsibilities, duties and responsibilities. That has purified your mind. And now you think, I am doing for whom? First you think, I am dutiful, I am a good husband, I am doing duty to my wife. to my daughter, to my son, to my this and that. Yes, that is good. That's the beginning. Now you think you are Atman, you are offering it to Krishna. So your expectation level will reduce. So it is Krishna karma arpan. Whatever karma you have done, you just offer it to God. Therefore you become very pure, more pure. Your heart is becoming cleaner and cleaner. So that is the second stage. Now, after that, again, the same way, Sri Chaitanya said, yes, this is too external. Tell me something more, deeper some subject, deeper goal. Then he said, oh, deeper goal? Then you give your Krishna karma arpan was the second, and third is you are doing your duties, your responsibilities. Now you have given it everything to God. As a result, in the second stage, then your mind will be so pure that you will be failing to do your regular duties even. Your duties will drop from you. Is it? You look at Ramakrishna's life, how it matches. Ramakrishna was doing his duties first. He was the priest of Dakshineshwar. He was performing the Mother Kali's puja and all meticulousness. But when he got intoxicated in the love of Mother, then what happened? He started doing what is to be done in the first point, he is doing at in the last point, or last thing first. Suppose in the protocol, there is a protocol. You do the worship, that first you do, okay, you wash the feet of the Lord, then you put flowers, and then you bring some perfume, these, that, there are step-by-step things. But Ramakrishna was doing it in the opposite way. First he is feeding him. How do you feed first? First give the ritual says, first welcome him, give a seat, and then give some flowers and offer some garland and welcome and give a glass of juice. Like that you should go step by step. But he is not able to continue that. That means your dharma, you are trying to be a good priest, but you fail to do that because your love has taken position over there. So that is a higher stage. If you really get to that point, then they said, okay, that is good, but please tell me more, something higher. So that is the fourth stage. Then he said, you are everything you are giving up for love of God, but love of God should be added with knowledge. Whom you are loving, who is your beloved Lord? If you know that your beloved Lord is not Rama or Krishna or Christ, only human, but he is the Lord of the whole universe, who has created this whole cosmos. Know the glory of the Lord. And along with that, this devotion, this one-pointed love for God, that will be the goal to attain. Now, he said, oh, that is also good, but tell me something more. That is every time Sri Chaitanya is asking the same, further, deeper spirit of devotion. Then he said, okay, you started knowing, you love God, but you also know the glory of the Lord. No? You love God and know the glory of the Lord. You love Rama, but not Rama as a human being, but you know he, by his twinkling of an eye, can create billions of stars and galaxies in like this. He's the God. So all we are worshipping, see, we are all worshipping God, but we never think that our God has that power. Is it not? Then why we become so weak? We pray to God, still we say, I am praying, nothing happening, because we don't know whom we are praying. If I know that He can give it everything, so why I shall be worried about? I have taken refuge in Him, He will take care of me. So, jnana mishra bhakti, that means your devotion should not be near, as I say, love at first sight. That is good. But first sight is good, but at the same time you know whom you are loving. Afterwards, if you find he is a drug addicted or drink addicted, then it is not that good. Better you know and then love. So, know God in his dimension, true dimension, Satchidananda aspect, the infinite aspect of him. And he is embodied as my beloved Lord here. Then love becomes intensified. After that, he says, yes, it is good, tell me something higher. Then again he said, oh, then your love, next stage will be, you don't look at the glory. You have love, developed such intimacy, that glory part is dropping away. And human love, it happens, no? When you first have a dating, what you do? All these formalities you maintain. How to see it, how to do, when inviting, what to give, what item first, second, all this. If you go to restaurant, that's a different thing. But after doing this, but suppose you are now fall in love with each other and you are married. Then what happens? After some time. And after some time, 1 year, 2 year, 5 years goes. Then what is your formalities? Hey, you take yourself. Do the dishes. I'm doing alone. You do that. So, that's why the knowledge aspect, the vastness aspect, the honor aspect, that drops off. Because love overpowers. So there, these formalities go away. Then it becomes Jnana Shunya Bhakti. It is called, we don't judge. I don't judge you because you are a judge. Maybe you may be my husband or wife, but I don't love that. I love you because you are my beloved. So that is higher stage of love. It is called Jnana Shunya. So when you love the Lord, it is not that because he is so big. I love him because he is my beloved. I cannot stop without him. So this is I am giving some human example so that we can understand this divine love, where it moving to. So this is the fifth stage, that you should then not think of the glory of God. Ramakrishna is talking to the Sikh people. The Sikh group of devotees, they always would say, oh Lord, you have created this beautiful world. How beautiful is the sun, how beautiful is the moon. Oh Lord. Then Ramakrishna said, why are you glorifying God so much? He is our mom, he is our dad. Who will do all these things? It is his duty. You need not have to give thanks to him. See? The Jnana Shunya Bhakti. That means you develop your love to such an extent, you don't love because he is glorious. You love because you love. So that is becoming deeper, fifth stage. And then again say this, Sri Chaitanya says, yes, that is also true, but say something more. And then again he says, after this, you love him so much, your prema bhakti. That bhakti is not the ordinary bhakti. It is a higher pull for the love of him, that prema bhakti. And that is the highest of that. That means all glories go, and you cannot live without God, and that intense connection all the time, that is called the prema bhakti. And that is only one of the greatest goal of the devotional practice. Really, prema bhakti is not only the greatest goal, it is really, you can say, the very lofty level of devotion. When prem comes, Ramakrishna said, prema bhakti, prem is the highest state of devotion. It does not come ordinarily. It is only for the Ishvara kotis. No? Sri Ramakrishna has mentioned that it happens to the highly spiritual adepts who have practiced so much pure life of devotion and dedication to God, they get to that love. That is prema bhakti. The gopis used to have prema bhakti. Srimati used to have prema bhakti. So this prema bhakti is the goal. Then, again, the same question. Yes, that's true, but tell me, anything more is there? Then he said, yes, among that prema bhakti, the love, what is the best? if you can have the relationship. With God still, God and me is there, that relationship is there. But love is the factor which is connecting us. But what will be the best state there? They say, you create a relationship with God. God is my master. And I love him as a servant. Master and servant. Hanumanji used to say, no? When I am in the body, I think he is the Lord, I am his son, or I am his servant. Swami Vivekananda said, O Ramakrishna, I am your servant for life and life together. Eternal. I am tied into the bond of love. In such a love that it is inseparable. So he says that this is the Das Supreme. Das Supreme means the Lord is the master, I am the servant. This is the seventh point. And then he said, yes, it is good. Then, is there anything more? Then he said, yes. Next step of love will be among the relationship, 5 relationship, you know, 5 ways of loving, like a friend's love, like a master-servant love. So next he is saying, like a friend, one friend loves another friend. Why? Das Supreme, that means he is the master, I am the servant. Whatever in that relationship, a little distinction. He is in a high plane, I am in a lower plane. No? He is the master and I am the servant. In regular life, we think in this way. But he said, no, this love grows little further, like a friend to a friend. 2 friends are equal. They can tease each other, they can sit together, they can fight together, they can smile together. So that is the friendship, the relationship of a friend to friend with this intense love. Love, God the beloved is my friend, like the Arjuna and Krishna. Krishna was the Lord and Arjuna, they become friends. So they can sit together, chit-chat together, they can smile together. That is the friendship, is the next higher. Then she said, okay, that is good, but what more? Then he said, you know, God becomes the object of love, but he becomes little crippled, as it were. God becomes your child, like Rama, baby Rama. Gopala, baby Krishna. Love is such, the lover is thinking, if I don't feed Gopala, what will happen? He will be fasting today. Many people have their deities in their home. They cannot go outside because they will have to feed their deities, the baby Gopala, baby Krishna. Otherwise, who will feed them? He will be hungry. As a mother will think, there is nobody to feed my baby. So, it is like a baby thinking. That is a higher state of devotion, because you are so, glory is gone, his majesty is gone, but he has become dependent on you. As if God is dependent on you. And you are to serve. So that, taking the turn opposite way. First we started from this way to love, and now he has become such object of love that you cannot live without a second. Like a baby, newly born baby, or how mom can give up that baby. It cannot. So everything is dependent on the love of the mother. So here, that type of devotion is called Vatsalya Prema. The prema of a father or a mother to the child, innocent child, baby. Then he said, Sri Chaitanya said, yes, that is true. This is also possible. But is there anything higher? Then he said, yes, Kanto Bhav Sarva Sadhya. The love, relationship of husband and wife. That is in the devotional path, is the highest. That's why you go to Vrindavan, if you go, in the holy Vrindavan, that Krishna is the beloved, and everyone thinks that I am his handmaid. Everyone feels that God is my lover only, and that is in the relations of that attitude of what we call the relationship of husband and wife relationship. And that is, according to the Vaishnava school, that is the highest state of devotion. Because there all distinction goes away, and that love is intense love. And yes, that is also true, but is there anything higher? Yes, among the lovers there were what you call all the gopis in Vrindavan, but amongst them great was Radharani, because her love is unconditional and it is only giving, and she is so intoxicated, she sometimes transforms herself into Krishna. Thinking of Krishna, 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 you become Krishna. So that love is the highest love. So this far has been said, and now Sri Chaitanya then asked, okay, these are also good, but is there anything further? So it was really a surprising question, and Ramananda was surprised that there will be any person in the world who can ask that beyond this love there is any other love. Then he said, he was surprised and he said, I am surprised that you are asking question beyond this. Then he said, okay, it cannot be said. There is that love which cannot be expressed. What is that? Then he said, there is a beautiful word. He said that it is called the prema bilasa vivarta. That means this play was going on. So far you are having little play going on. Radha, Krishna. That's the last stage. That duality still. Radha and Krishna in the loving relationship, highest relationship, unconditional love, not expecting anything, only dedicating, thinking of the beloved, you become beloved. That much. But still there is a relationship of two. What is the next stage? He says, Na sho ramana, na ham ramani, duhumana manabhav, peshala jani. Perfect Advaita Vedanta. Perfect state of Nirvikalpa state. And that state, he says, their next stage, if you are asking, it cannot be expressed. But still you are asking me, I will try to express. In that state, I am not the beloved lover. I am not the lover anymore. And he is no more my beloved. Two have just merged into one. And what is there? Who will say that? That is the final goal of bhakti, absolute non-dualistic experience in samadhi, and that is the idea what Sri Chaitanya got it from Ramananda and he preached it into the world. So these 11 points, we have to start wherever we are. But if we even don't know much, if we go on practicing in our level, first starting from our social duties as a very righteous person, doing our duties and loving God, and gradually it will evolve, and one soul can be moving from one stage to the other stage to the other. Spontaneously it will come and leading to the highest experience of absolute joy and oneness. Thank you.